Hey, it's just a little quick vlog on my UFC 202 watching experience. First thing, watched it on the PlayStation 4 PlayStation Live Viewer app. I am never using that shit again. Experienced 7 app crashes. I missed the end of 2 fights. I missed the entirety of the co-main event because it ended quickly. And I missed the end of the Cerrone story fight. I missed the entirety of the Glover Teixeira and Anthony Rumble Johnson fight, and I missed about 35 seconds of the main event between Diaz and McGregor. So the first 3 crashes happened before the first fight even started. They all were resolved quickly by just reloading into the app. I missed the end of the Cerrone story fight and the entirety of the Teixeira Johnson fight because of hard crashes, as in the app crashed, I went into an infinite loading screen and had to hard reboot my PlayStation 4 to get back in. This was not a connection issue. I checked my speed, internet speed, each time it happened. I've been at 8 megabits per second the entire time, which is the speed needed to watch in consistent HD, and the minimum speed you need is half of that. I experienced no freezes, no drops in quality, and no stutters. It was just the app crashing, which is not my fault. My system also did not overheat. I know that for a fact. So, fuck you, Sony. Fuck your shitty app. Not using it anymore. You're not getting any money from me, and I would suggest to fucking nobody that you use it. That being said, the pay-per-view is the first UFC pay-per-view I have purchased in 6 or 7 years, and it was fucking worth every penny. The first several fights were lame, at least up until the Raquel Pennington fight. She kicked fucking ass, and she was awesome. And all the welterweight fights were fucking badass. Glover Teixeira is a beast and one of my favorite fighters, but if my absolute favorite light heavyweight fighter, Jesus Christ, Anthony Rumble Johnson, is the goddamn Terminator. Holy fucking shit. Do not let that man hit you in the face. I believe he may have permanently brain damaged Glover Teixeira. So the main event, we'll just mostly talk about that. I won't drone on too long for it. Diaz got robbed. Okay, 48-47 Diaz. Conor McGregor beat the fucking shit out of him in round 1. And I thought Conor was going to put him away, but Conor was afraid to get on the ground with Diaz and clearly never wanted to be there. Diaz only took him down twice. Conor McGregor definitely lost round 2. He gassed, and Diaz started beating the shit out of him. Round 3, Diaz beat the shit out of him again, and he gassed, and he was literally running away. Not backing up, not fighting defensively, not counterpunching, as in he literally turned his back on Diaz and proceeded to jog in the opposite direction while Diaz went, ha, ha, and laughed at him. Diaz, the poor bastard, is got way too much scar tissue on his face. He was a mask of blood and probably lost like 2 pints in the octagon. He got fucked up. Conor McGregor has absolutely obscene power for a guy who only weighs 168 pounds walking in there on weight day. I think Conor McGregor honestly belongs in the lightweight division. He cuts an obscene amount of weight to make featherweight. He is a colossus in featherweight, and he would be a pretty decently sized, if not for his height, a pretty big lightweight. He is definitely an undersized welterweight, but then again, Diaz is not a welterweight usually either. He's a lightweight. And I honestly think Conor McGregor could beat Eddie Alvarez, so he should go to lightweight. Round 4, Conor McGregor caught a second wind, and by then he had kicked Nate Diaz's leg into a black and blue mess, and Diaz could hardly walk. Meanwhile, McGregor could still very much run like a bitch. And Diaz started wailing on him, but there was only so much cardio he even had left by then. And McGregor was just loading up shots. Diaz definitely won every single clinch exchange. And one of the judges, the fight ended in a majority decision. One of the judges scored it a draw and had given Diaz a 10-8 round. And yeah, at least one of those was a 10-8 because Diaz outstruck McGregor a lot in that fight when it came to the clinch. And he looked like a bee sting victim, like a person who went into anaphylactic shock. McGregor's face is just swollen to almost Mark Hominick versus Jose Aldo levels. And it looked like somebody shot Nate Diaz in the face with a shotgun. He was just so bloody, gashed the fuck out of his eye. And, that's actually mirror image, right? His right eye was fucked up. And his, definitely probably broke his, Conor probably broke his nose in round 1 or 2. And Diaz, I mean, nobody can say Conor McGregor does not have a chin, because Diaz hit the shit out of him. And nobody can any longer say that cardio is an issue for Conor McGregor, because Conor went 5 rounds. And I score at 48-47 Diaz. Conor very clearly won round 1. Diaz won round 2. Diaz won round 3. Conor won round 4. And Diaz won round 5. And ended with Diaz taking Conor down and just pounding the shit out of him. Due to the fact that Conor McGregor had like virtually 0 octagon control in the last 4 rounds out of 5, that he physically turned his back and ran away and had to be told to re-engage by referee John McCarthy several times. He lost every single clinch exchange, although the dude has really, really good takedown defense. Not that Nate Diaz is the best wrestler. And he threw some heavy elbows, and just his left hand is absurdly powerful. He smashed left straights into Diaz all day. Just fucking clobbered him. And Nate Diaz spent the majority of round 1 on Queer Street because he got hit with like 1 left straight early on, and he wasn't all there until halfway through round 2. He wasn't all right at all. And if McGregor had actually jumped into his guard and started pounding on him, he might have got beat. Diaz might have got beat. There was hardly anything on the ground. There was fucking just a total shootout, and I guess McGregor won in the eyes of the judges due to just more significant strikes. Diaz landed a ton of jabs and a lot of short uppercuts in the clinch. He probably landed about 80 billion uppercuts in the clinch, and a few elbows and a few Stockton slaps to boot. But McGregor just nuclear striked him from orbit multiple times. It was fight of the year candidate and worth watching any way you can watch. It's a fucking hell of a fight. But Diaz got robbed, and he said in the post-fight interview, they can't have me winning. They got to protect Conor, basically, is what he said. I don't know. It was close enough that I could see that you could argue that, in fact, Conor McGregor won round 3, which would make it 48-47 McGregor, which is how 2 of the judges scored it. But McGregor got the shit kicked out of him so fucking bad in round 2 that was probably the 10-8. Although he ran like a fucking coward so fucking much in round 4 that could have been the 10-8. So there's going to be a lot of controversy, and a lot of people are going to think Diaz won this fight, and everybody's going to want a rematch. They shouldn't rematch. But both guys are fucking total badasses. And I hope Eddie Alvarez fights one of them soon, because Eddie Alvarez doesn't stand a chance against either one of these guys. Not either fucking one of them. Anyway, long ramble over. Thanks for watching, and fuck PlayStation Live Event Viewer. Never again. Not worth the $5 discount, because watching Anthony Rumble Johnson just fucking annihilate Glover Teixeira would have been worth that $5. Anyway, see ya.